You're listening to The Kelly Slusher Show with your host, Kelly Slusher.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me again for my podcast for an episode of The Kelly Slusher Show. Episode 86. Only 14 more until 100 episodes. Woot, woot, woot. Seems like it's taking forever. That's what happens when you only have it once a week. Once a week is good for me and once a week is good for you, right? Okay. The birds are chirping in my yard. I don't know if you can hear them in the microphone. It's morning. It's so beautiful. And the weather's so lovely. It's been so beautiful. And yes. I'm just going to hop into the notes because we're going to go straight into the things that I've been writing. I take a lot of notes, but I don't always say everything that's on the notes because it's not always relevant. I have a note here that says, Princess Pretty. So there was this period of my life, it was a while back, where people kept calling me princess. And I was like, why are people calling me princess? I just don't get it. I don't really feel like I'm a princess. But yeah, I worked at this place. This was it was like in New York days. And I worked at this place and the lady would call me princess. And she'd be like, princess, do this. Princess, do that. Princess, do this. Like condescending, you know. And then at the same time I was actually in a band with this fella. And he did all the music and he wrote everything. He just had me sing. And of course, it didn't last very long because I was like, I'm a musician. I'm not just a singer. But he was like, nope, you're just going to sing. And we played. It was fun. It kind of sounded like a postal service type of band. It was good. But anyway, he would call me Princess Pretty. Princess Pretty, do this. Okay, Princess Pretty. Like condescending. And it's written at the same time. And I'm like, why are you calling me princess? And because the other day I have this tiara that I bought it for a New Year's party a couple years ago. And when I put it on, I was like, oh yeah. Oh yes. This feels right. And so I wear it around the house, but I don't wear it out. And I'm like, why do people call me princess? I don't know. I love being in this tiara. I love being in pink, but I don't think I'm a princess. But I shouldn't even mention this because I don't want anyone saying that to me. Hey, princess. I'm not. I'm a punk princess. Little punk rocker princess. I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, I'm going to just jump into my notes. So I was thinking about tip jars the other day. And I was thinking instead of cash, what if you, left tips like, here, like little notes. Like leave early so you're not late. That's one tip. Just leave early so you're not late. Tie a balloon to your car so when you're in a really big parking lot, you'll always find your car. If you can't find your phone at night and it's on silence, turn off all the lights and call it and it'll light up. I was watching something the other day and I was listening/watching something, and I didn't, this is how you know when something's AI. We all do this, we're like, oh, this isn't a real person. Because they'll say something off like, like it was something about having to call 911. And it was like, and then they called 911. Like, yeah, that's not real. What if stale food became a trend? Like ripped jeans or like, clothes with holes in them or, weathered looking furniture and like rugs that look like they're new, but they look like they're old. They sell that stuff. At least they did. But instead it was like, you can buy like, oh, bread, it's stale. Oh, I love this. Or, it's, it'd have to be stale because otherwise it'd make you sick. But it'd have to be things like stale crackers, stale bread. It's delicious. Try it. It's not very good, but it's in style. It's fashionable. Kills for you, those bugs did, yes. Do you need to? No, I made a fake advertisement a long time ago when I lived in New York. There's this Lucas Crane. He's like this. He still does his noise stuff. But we did this like fake little commercial, and we like filmed it. I wish I could still find it. I bet you can. It's on videotape. I bet I can find it. But yeah. Kills for you, those bugs did, yes. So funny. Let's see. So I don't have a whole lot to talk about because my mind is on my bakey stuff. But I have some old notes that I was going to go through. Okay. Because that's always fun. When I'm not quite sure what to say, let's do some old notes. When you tell someone, someone's like, thank you so much. And you're like, my pleasure. It's my pleasure. It's absolutely my pleasure. And how, I think I talked about this more recently, how people, like the elderly people, hey, do you need anything? No, I'm good. They get mad. What do you mean you're good? I know you're good. So the I'm good thing, that's normal for most of us to say, oh, I'm good. Oh, I know you're good. But do you let's see. And then when you say thank you, or someone says thank you, you say no problem. That's rude. So I don't say no problem anymore because I had someone had lectured me one time, like years ago, like when I said no problem, they're like, don't ever say that. He was probably, he was an older fella. It was silly. He was kind of a jerk, but he had to lecture me why the younger generation talks and says, no problem. It's so rude. You're making it a problem. I'm like, okay, so I go back to, if someone's like, thank you, I'm like, you're welcome. Can't offend anyone with that one. My pleasure. There was a house somewhere in the area. You like take a corner, someone's telling me about it. You take a corner and there's this one place and then there's a pig and the pig's always in a tutu in the front yard. And I was like, I wish that was my house. I'm like, I want a pig in a tutu. I want a pig in a tutu. Which makes me think about bacon, which makes me think about how I don't eat bacon anymore. I mean, every once in a while, let's say it comes up or I'm somewhere, but I don't go buy bacon and I don't choose to eat bacon. When I worked at that old place I was working at, they would butcher their own pigs and lamb. And they'd come in and big sections, or like a whole lamb would come in and they would like cut it up. And I was like, ugh, I don't eat lamb either because I don't like the taste of lamb. And I also think they're so cute. But that seems to offend some people. So I'm like, you don't like lamb? I'm like, well, no, it tastes gamey to me. It just doesn't taste good to me. I try. I've had it so many times. I'm sorry. I don't like it. Excuse me. It's called taste. My taste buds are saying it doesn't want to eat a lamb. Anyway, but bacon, I don't know. It tastes really good, but I guess I felt bad for those pigs. I'd rather see a pig running around in tutu. I think it's, anyway, I'm a meat eater. Don't get me wrong. I'm a meat eater, but it's certain things I just, I feel bad about. So, okay. So another thing you can do. So let's say you're at a party and you don't know how to have a conversation and you're sitting around, everything's kind of awkward and you can be like, oh, look at this ashtray. It's so nice. And it's a hat. And then my phone. It's a great phone. And it's a hat. You kind of put on your head. You like this cupcake? It's good. And it's a hat. It could be an icebreaker, but I don't know if everyone will receive it. Just a little, a little advice. My mom, if something is ugly, she goes, oh, that's a double ugly. That's double ugly. So let's say you want to take a bath, but you need to wash your dishes. I developed a product called Dish Bath. It's the only dishwashing bubble bath that you will find on the market today. And also, it's a grease-cutting bubble bath with added moisturizers for your skin. It's not the most relaxing bath, and you might be laying there with a bunch of dishes in the bathtub, but let me tell you, it gets the job done 2 in 1. You get your bath and you get your dishes clean. So I was thinking about my character, Debbie Nancy. She's a lady. She talks like this. She's in the board of the HOA. There's actually a really funny HOA. It's not real. It's satire. It's satire, and it looks real on Instagram. It's really good. The little different HOA meeting people, but it's true if you live in an HOA, homeowners association. I can't imagine. Actually, I did live in an HOA for a moment, and it was ridiculous. They had like all these rules. I'm sorry, but the Petersons, we told them that you can't, they repainted their house, but it has to look like all the other houses. And we all agreed on sand. They painted their house camel. Unacceptable. And it's like one slight shade, a little bit darker. Anyway, Debbie Nancy. She's so fun to play. And I think of her characters, and I thought about this thing where she like had this HOA meeting at her house, and she really decked it out. But what she didn't tell them is that it was going to be a 3-day festival, HOA festival. And she, everyone gets there. I mean, how boring would a HOA meeting be? Anyway, but they're all at her house, and she goes, okay, I have an announcement to make. What I didn't tell you is that this isn't just a half an hour HOA meeting. This is going to be a 3-day festival. And then she like turns on the lights, makes it all cool. It's like, I have all the food. I have all places for people to sleep. You guys don't even have to leave. And some guy was like, are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? I have kids at home. Like, are you serious? Look, they'll be fine. I just wanted to change it up. 3-day festival. Everything you need is here. I've been stocking up for days. Everyone has a place to sleep. My house is big enough. My casa, your casa. And I think we could talk. How we could get down to the nitty gritty of all of the documents and all of the numbers. We could really get to the numbers. And I thought we could pull out from 2016. I could pull out all the documentation, and we can go over all the papers and just think about what we could get done in 3 full days. We don't even need to sleep. But if we could take breaks and stuff. I just think we could really get down to the nitty gritty. She's so fun. I could do a whole sitcom with that lady. A whole sitcom could happen with Debbie Nancy. If I ever wanted to go down that route and write a sitcom, she would be the lady. And I'd love to have Tim Robinson. I think he'd like Debbie Nancy. It seems like a Debbie Nancy thing that would be really fun. Just to debut a Debbie Nancy sketch with Tim Robinson. I would just have to be like in one of his sketches. I think he'd be fine with that. Okay. And so the other thing is, I'm going to let you go here in a bit. One more thing, Debbie Nancy. So I've talked about this. This came up as an idea, a stupid what if. So this lady, she's one of these ladies. So she's out and about. She has this idea, just an idea. I had an idea. She's thinking about doing an art show, curating an art show. And it's just an idea. And so she doesn't have a space. She doesn't have the artist. She doesn't know when it's going to be. And, but she still advertises for it. So it'd be like she'd make flyers that were like, I'm thinking about an art show. It might be March 18th. It might be the 27th. And then it can be like in little parentheses. I'm just trying to work it out with another person using the space. It might be in Penryn. It might be in another town. I'm not sure. So he has no details, but she makes the flyers, and then she sees people, and she makes her, so then she sees some people sitting. She's out and about. She sees like a group of people. They're all sitting around having a good time talking. And she's like, you know what? This looks like a fun group. So she just goes, excuse me. Let me introduce myself. My name is Debbie Nancy. I am thinking about doing an art show, curating it in May. It might be on the 18th. It might be on the 27th. I don't have a space yet or the artist picked out, but I wanted to invite you. And like she has no information. But she's like, you look like a fun group. And here's my card. And I'd love to see you guys there. Okay. Zero information. Which reminds me, have you ever making flyers? If you make a flyer and you don't put the date. I actually saw a flyer the other day. It was a flyer for something and it didn't have a date. Sometimes it doesn't have the location. People forget the time, the location, the date. So anytime I make a flyer, I have to do the checklist. Does it have the time? Does it have the date? Does it have a location? I've seen that before. That's cute. I'm glad to know this show's happening, but there's no other information. That was kind of funny. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to talk about this or not, but I'm going to talk about it. There's this thing with bakeries, and there's this thing called rivalry, bakery rivalries. Not everyone. So there was this story of, it's relevant to kind of something I'm experiencing. I'm not rivaling with anyone, but I've heard that there are some people that have been unhappy that I've started my own thing, which is crazy to me. I'm like, why do you care so much? But it was bugging me, and now I'm not going to let it bother me, but it kind of tripped me up for a little bit when I heard. I was like, what? The place that I was working for, I don't know exactly who it is. I have an idea who it is. Was upset that I started my own thing. I was taking something from them, which is absolutely untrue. I mean, absolutely untrue. I don't use their recipes. I'm doing my own thing. It's kind of normal if someone wants to start a business, a lot of times they'll get a job working in the industry, or that's what you do. These people must not understand that. People will go and work. There's people that stage in places. They'll go to a bakery and they'll just, it's like the bakery gets free labor or kitchens and stuff so people can learn that industry. So they'll go stage and they'll learn, let's say how these people make this or that or this. It's normal, totally normal. So I decided to work at this place, or it would have been any place, honestly. It wasn't just that particular place. I live in a small town. There weren't a lot of choices. But I'm thankful that I worked at this place that I worked at. But I didn't lift any ideas or steal anything. Absolutely not. I got experience, and I watched how the baking industry, I now know all the stuff, kind of saw it from another perspective rather than being kind of a blind, I'm just going to start this thing and have no idea. And I'm not brick and mortar. I'm definitely not a brick and mortar. I might open something in the future, but as far as this is a tiny little thing I'm doing. So I started thinking about, I also saw this other thing on, so there's this, I think it's a City of Commerce. I'm not sure where this is at. It's probably somewhere in California. It's probably Southern California. There's this place called the Little French Bakery. You can look this up. And they do croissants, and they do little things, I guess. That's why I call it the Little French Bakery. I don't know. They're doing little pastries. And another business opened up in that same town or city. I don't really know how big this place is. It sounds like it's a little bit bigger. And they called themselves the Little Cake. And so the Little French Bakery was upset because some customers were like, did you guys open another location? Okay, dumb people that don't know the difference between names or whatever, because they sold similar stuff. So the Little Cake was selling croissants and little pastries. And so the Little French Bakery was so upset, they sued them. And I mean, how horrible. This little teeny bakery opens it's like a husband and wife. They're both husband and wife teams, both of them. So they're similar stuff. They both do croissants. And they have the word little in their name. And so the Little French Bakery sues the Little Cake because they were so upset about this. And this is how bakeries get very competitive. I'm trying to wrap my head around this competitive thing. I don't know what it is. Why bakeries specifically? There's other ones too. There's been lawsuits, there's been competition, but what they all forget about is the customers. The customers don't care. The customers go, look, there's more options. This is amazing. And you know what? With bakeries, there's plenty for everybody. It just means you have to step up your game a little bit. Step up your game a little bit. Maybe you need to get more creative with what you're offering, whatever it is, and stay in the, hot spot, let other people do their thing too. So the backlash from the little French bakery was so huge. They're probably I don't know if they'll lose their business, but I'm sure they really, really hurt themselves by just jumping and then suing this other bakery in town. Baker rivals. Yeah, people and the customers, like, it looks bad. It looked bad to the public. Like, what? That's terrible. And then, like, the little cake bakery, you can see them and they're talking and they're just like, we're just starting this thing. And then they showed the lawsuit. I saw this thing where I saw the lawsuit. I saw like what they were suing over. It was so dumb. Their posts are too similar. Well, not really. And I don't think it's going to hold up in court. I think it's going to be totally just ridiculous. They're not copying anything. I think that the little cake is dumb for using the word little and realizing there's, you should see that, read the space a little bit, like look who else is in town. Don't call the word little, use the word petite. There's so many, or baby. There's all of these words you can use, tiny. But to do that was dumb. That put them in that kind of line of fire. But the little French bakeries should have never sued. That's so stupid. But it's, I had no idea that the bakery world had such a nasty aspect to it. I take no part of that. I'm doing my own thing. I love what I'm doing. It's super duper its own thing. And I'm getting a lot of really good response. But I had to kind of process something this week where I was like, what? Someone they have a problem. There's not all of them, but some have a problem with me having my own thing, thinking that I lifted something from them, or they're just so clueless. I'm just going to say that's so clueless. Like, that's just what people do. They go and they work in their industry and that they're going to start a business and then you go and you do it. That's just how it is. That's part of business. But that's I can go way into the deepness of that, but that was a little bit, I don't know, like, just kind of, oh, ew. So it kind of, not that it messed me up, but I just had to really think about how lame that is. So I hate that. Can't people just let other people be happy? Can people just like do a thing without somebody having a problem with it? Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm bringing that up. I'm venting a little bit. I thought it made kind of an interesting podcast episode topic, but yeah. Definitely not stealing anything from the place I worked for. And okay, that's kind of dark, but I'm gonna talk about that. Get that off my chest and move forward. Get this podcast out and keep moving forward. All right. Thank you guys for listening. And I don't have anything for the end, but okay. I'll talk to you guys next week. Okay. See ya.